Hello students, welcome to this session. I am P. Karthika, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Vellala College for Women, Erode. Now I am going to discussion with the topic depreciation, outline, concept, definition, objectives, causes, depreciation methods. Concept of depreciation. Depreciation is the cost of lost usefulness or cost of diminution of service yield from a use of fixed asset. A permanent fall in the value of fixed asset arising through wear and tear from the use of those assets in business. Definition of depreciation. According to Spicer and Beckler, depreciation is a measure of the exhaustion of the effective life of an asset from any cost during a given period. Objectives of depreciation: to calculate proper profit, to show the asset at its reasonable value, to maintain the original monetary investment of the asset intact. Provision of depreciation result in some incidental advantages also, to provide for replacement of an asset. Depreciation is permitted to be deducted from profit for tax purpose. Causes of depreciation. There are 4 causes of depreciation. First one thing is physical deterioration. Second one is obsolescence, and then third one is depletion of an asset, and then last one is passage of time. Physical deterioration. Physical deterioration caused by physical wear and tear. Wear and tear refers to a decline in the efficiency of asset due to its constant use. When an asset loses its efficiency, its value goes down and depreciation arises. This is true in case of tangible assets like office furniture and printing machines and tools and equipments used in the factory. Next one is obsolescence. Changes in fashions or external factors which are responsible for throwing out of assets, even if those are in good conditions. For example, black and white television have become obsolete with the introduction of color TVs. The users have discarded black and white TVs although they are in good conditions, such as loss on account of new invention or changed fashions is termed as obsolescence. Depletion of fixed assets. An asset that depletes over time as resources are extracted from it. Examples of depletions of unfixed assets are gold mines, quarries. Little Girl is a depleted granite quarry now turned into a beautiful lake. Next one is passage of time. The value of assets may decrease due to the passage of time, even if it is not in use. There are some intangible fixed assets like copyrights, patent rights, and leasehold premises which decrease its value as time elapses. Next one is factors in measurement of depreciations. There are 3 factors are important for computing depreciation. First one is total cost of an asset. The cost of assets include the invoice price of the asset less any trade discount plus cost essential to bring the asset to a usable conditions such as freight, insurance and installation charges. Then second one thing is estimated useful service life or economic life. That means the period during which an asset will help earning income of an business. Then third one is estimated turn-in value or residual value. The price at which an asset will be sold at the end of its working life is known as residual value or breakup value. Next one thing is methods of recording depreciations. First one method is straight line method or fixed installment method, and the next one is diminishing balance method or written down value method. Next one is annuity method, and the next is depreciation fund or sinking fund method. Next one is insurance policy method, and then revaluation method, and next one is depletion or output method, and then last one is machine hour rate method or production unit method. First one is straight line method or fixed installment method. Under this method, the same amount of depreciation is charged every year through the life of an asset. The formula for calculating depreciation under straight line method is cost of fixed assets minus residual value or scrap value divided by number of years of estimated life of an asset. Formula for calculating depreciation rate equal to depreciation rate R equal to R divided by C into 100, where capital R means amount of depreciation and in C means acquisition cost. The next one is straight line method. Under straight line method, advantages and then disadvantages. Advantage under straight line method. This method is very simple and easy to calculate. The next one is it provide uniform charge every year. The next one is it is calculated on original cost over the lifetime. Then disadvantages of straight line method is depreciation is not related to the usage factor. Then second one is it ignores the fact that in the later years of the life of the asset, efficiency of the asset declines. The next method is diminishing balance method or written down value method. Under this method, depreciation is charged at fixed rate on the reducing balance every year. The formula for calculating depreciation under diminishing balance method equal to 1 minus nth root of s divided by c, where s is equal to residual value and then c equal to cost of asset. The next one is written down value method. Advantages under written down value method. First one advantages is it is calculated easily. Depreciation is calculated under this method is easy. Then second one is balance effect on profit and loss account of different years. Then next one is approved by income tax authorities. This method is recognized by income tax authorities as well as Companies Amendment Act 1988. This method is considered as one of the logical method. And then last one is this method is suitable for assets having long life. Then disadvantages of written down value method is the value of an asset cannot be reduced to 0. And then second one is no funds for replacement. This method does not provide any fund for replacement of an asset. Then next one is loss of interest, and the next one is higher rate of depreciation compared to straight line method. Under written down value method, rate of depreciation is high. Then last one is unequal burden on profit and loss account. The next one method is annuity method. Under this method, interest at a fixed rate is calculated on the capital investment involved in the purchase of the asset. Under annuity method, advantages of depreciation under annuity method, first one is does not ignore interest on capital investment. This is the only method which considers interest on capital sunk. Then second one is it is more suitable for those firms in which more capital is invested in leasehold properties. It is considered as the most exact and scientific form from the point of view of calculation. Then disadvantages of annuity method. Interest so calculated is based on an arbitrary rate and not based on law. It is not suitable at all for those assets which are of small value. This method is considered as complicated and inconvenient to calculate. Then last one is depreciation charge remains the same but interest goes on diminishing every year. The next one method is depreciation fund method or sinking fund method. Under this method, the amount of depreciation is calculated with reference to sinking fund tables. Then advantages of depreciation fund method is financial position is not adversely affected at the time of replacement of an asset due to the fact that adequate amount can be realized by the sale of depreciation fund investment. Management will not be tempted to use the depreciation fund for some other purpose as it is invested in outside securities. Then last one is depreciation fund account separately shown in liability side of balance sheet at the original value. Then disadvantages of depreciation fund method is there is a risk of loss in selling the investment. Then this method is also considered as complicated due to difficulties in realization and reinvestment of interest. Then next one is market value of investment becomes less on the date of its realization. Adequate amount will not be available for replacement of an asset. Every year same amount of depreciation is transferred to profit and loss account. So profit and loss account shown by the profit or loss is not an realistic one. Next one method is insurance policy method. Under this method, a policy is taken for the amount of the assets to be replaced. At the end of the policy period, a definite amount is received from the insurance company which is used for purchasing new asset. Then premium is paid every year and this premium is equal to the amount of depreciation of each year. Advantage under insurance policy method is drawback of depreciation fund method are removed. This method is used for assets which are to be replaced. This method is better. This method provide better security to investor by assumptions of risk by insurance company. Then a liquid fund is created for replacement of a new asset in place of an old one at the end of stipulated period. As a result, the firm do not have any difficulty of raising cash. The next one is disadvantages under insurance policy method is this method is more expensive since insurance company keeps its own margin. This method is found unsuitable where additions are made to assets during the period of its working life. Then profit and loss account does not show the true position because the same amount of depreciation is charged every year to profit and loss account. The next method is revaluation method. Under this method is resorted to in case of assets which call for special considerations such as livestock, loose tools, patents, copyright, cost, packages, portals, etc. and when no other method can be employed to secure satisfactory result. At the end of each financial period, the assets are revalued. Under revaluation method, depreciation is calculated equal to value at the beginning of the year, that is opening balance, plus purchases in the year minus value at the end of the year, that is closing balance. Advantages under revaluation method is very simple to understand and use and more suitable for certain special type of assets like loose tools, livestock, etc., which cannot be depreciated under any other method because of some peculiarities of these assets. Next one is disadvantages under revaluation method is profit and loss account is charged with different sums every year. Revaluation is based on market value which is against the basic principles of depreciations. Revaluation is to be made by experts and the estimates of experts may go wrong knowingly or unknowingly. The next one method is depletion or output method. This method is specially suitable for wasting assets like mines, quarries, etc. From which a certain quantity of output can be obtained when a mines become useless or reaches a stage of depletions. This is why this method is termed as depletion method. Under depletion method, depreciation rate can be calculated by using cost of the asset divided by total mineral to be extracted, and then depreciation equal to annual output and into depreciation rate. Next one method is machine hour rate method. This is also known as service hour method. This method takes into account the running time of the asset for the purpose of calculate depreciations. Formula for calculating depreciation under machine hour rate method equal to original cost of the asset minus scrap value divided by estimated life in hours. Next one is advantage under machine hour rate method is once machine hours decided, it is more once machine hours decided, it's very simple. And the next one is most advantages to factories where production is based on machines, manual labor being secondary. Then the disadvantages under machine hour rate method is it is very difficult to assess the life of machines quite accurately. The next one is it does not equalize the burden on profit and loss account of depreciation and repairs and renewals. Thank you.